Welcome to God Eternal Oketra, the god of all kitty cats. As far as opening hand goes, I love it. This is a wonderful opening hand. Beggars could be choosers. If we had something like Soul Ring or Mana Crypt, that could be said about any opening hand. We got Three and Dynamo. We have a really nice Enter the Battlefield effect, and we have Soul Warden, which is going to allow us to gain some really nice life. So, in fact, well, since we don't really need Soul Warden right now, yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. Let's see if we can't get down God Eternal Oketra and then cast a bunch of these creatures into Oketra. So I think that'll be pretty good. We're playing God Eternal Oketra, the god of all kitty cats, the god of knocking drinks off the table. Double strike whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance. Then, whenever God Eternal dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, put it into your library third from the top. So we go plains. And then kick it over to our opponent. Play gets Atraxa, Praetor's Voice, Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, and Lifelink. Then at the beginning of your in-step, Proliferate. So we'll see what sort of flavored Atraxa we're playing against here in a little bit. And we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors, MTGOTraders. If you want to get into Commander Online, let's say you want to build your very own zombie, kitty cat, and god army, they've got all these zombies and cats that you need to build your very own deck. So be sure to check them out. And also, shout out to inkgaming.com. Let's see if we can hit them. Man, I'd like to hit a land. That way we can go 3 and Dynamo and God Eternal will catch it. Yeah, let's just still keep to this game plan. And I guess technically... No, yeah, we can't get a hit on mana that way. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we run into a land drop and we'll go and pass the turn. But yeah, shout out to MTGOTraders. Also, shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order to get some custom play mats. You can click on the link in the description below to apply that coupon. Or you can simply just go to inkgaming.com, type in JOLT539 into the search feature, and you can see all the cool play mats that I've designed. So there's Church of Athreos, the Scry, the Scurry, the Fever play mat, Gonzi Black Friday play mat. There's a Ravnica Zombie Amasser playmat if you want to be a zombie cleaning crew, and that is over there. But anyways, and also last but not least, I started a Patreon, so if you'd like to get your name at the beginning or the ending of each of my videos and to support the channel at the same time, I do have a link down in the description below in my Patreon. If you cannot do that, that is perfectly fine. Tell somebody about the channel. I would certainly appreciate that. So now it is officially free time. We can have some fun. So we do have Stonecloaker. That's what we drew into. I was hoping that we'd hit that 4th lane drop for 3 and Dynamo. So I think at this point, yeah, let's just go and pass the turn. I know this is being a little kind of, I guess playing a little cautious or whatever word you want to say, but holding on to Soul Warden. We could get down Soul Warden, but I'd rather cash it in for a zombie token. If we're playing against like a Kriko deck or something and they were being really aggressive, I would worry about getting that down. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed that we can run into that 4th land drop, go 3 and Dynamo. We're just looking at some really crazy proliferation at this point from our opponent. And so, thankfully, there's no planeswalkers on the battlefield at this point, and they haven't gotten down Atraxa yet. There we go. All right, so we run into a plains. Let's go plains. Let's go 3 and Dynamo. And the good thing about 3 and Dynamo is if we end up hitting the land drop next turn, that's going to allow us to go 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 plains. That's going to give us 2 mana to work with. So that's going to be either Soul Warden or White Mane Lion. And that's going to allow us to really kind of start to cash in some of those zombie tokens and really put some pressure on God Eternal Oketra. The other cool thing about this deck is that, in some of these new decks that I'm building, if you've been a fan of the channel a friend of the channel for a long time, one of the things that I normally do is I do a deck tech and I do a gameplay video. Since there's just a lot more commanders out there, if I try to do a commander once a week and do a gameplay video, like 3 gameplay videos and a deck tech, it's just there's a lot of time involved in that. So at this point, I just want to get more commanders out there. I want to be able to say, hey, this is the first build that I've come up with, and then as you say, hey, this card might be good in here, or this worked out my playtesting. That way, it's just kind of like we're building the decks together. So that's going to be pretty much the only changes you're going to see on my channel. Is that there we go. That's one of the best things we could ask for. We'll be able to get down 2 zombie tokens. I like it. Let's go God Eternal Oketra, and I'll finish that thought here in just a second. Yes, all right. I got worried I did this out of order. So we're going to go God Eternal Oketra, the god of kitty cats. So we're going to get down on kitty cat, zombie cat. Let's go Soul Warden. Now we're going to miss the life gain off this initial one, but this is, like I mentioned, being able to attach a Soul Warden in with an extra zombie bodyguard. I'll take it. And then we go Thraben Inspector, which is going to be a great way for us to cash in some card draw. It's kind of like Thraben's like a 3-for-1 in this deck, or almost like a 4-for-1. We get a life gain, we get a clue token, and then we get a zombie token, then we get a body on the battlefield. So if you ever wanted to play a 4-for-1 commander, Just throw Thraben Inspector with God Eternal and have Soul Warden on the battlefield. There you go. You can impress all your friends. They'll be like, wow, that's amazing. All right, so we're going to get Thraben Inspector Clue token down. That's going to be 1 life gain off Soul Warden. And then anything else, we're going to pass the turn over to our opponent. So that was a very fruitful turn. You can see where we had to wait a turn to get some zombie tokens going, but we were kind of rewarded for it. Now we are open to some sort of board wipe from our opponent. So, you know, if that happens, that happens. That will get rid of Evolution Sage. So at least at this point, we can kind of keep up with this Atraxa dealing some damage to our opponent. So I'll definitely take that. But yeah, you know, I think I'm going to change the way I do new commander decks. You know, it also kind of frees me up to where I'm not having to do, you know, a ton of stuff. And, you know, I like recording deck techs, but the amount of time that it takes me to do a deck tech, it takes about 2 hours to do a deck tech. And that's going to be recording the deck tech, getting the slides prepped, and then editing and doing different things like this. So when I do gameplay like this, you know, I can get more commanders out quicker, because that was one of the bigger things that kind of bottlenecked on my channel, was that I could never really you know, I had this backlog of commanders to build, because, you know, I had this, you know, I have to do 3 gameplay, deck tech, and this. So this way, long story short, if you're ever wondering where deck techs have gone on the channel, they just took a lot of time, and they didn't get as many views as, and not necessarily that views dictate what I should do, but the amount of hours that I spent going into a video compared to the amount of views that these deck techs got, it just wasn't, it just kind of got to the point where it was really hard for me to make it worthwhile. So at this point now, you'll still see deck techs in the future at some point, you know, before new commanders release and different things like that. But at this point, we just want to, I want to get some commanders out. That's kind of what makes it fun. So we're going to draw into planes. Let's get planes down. So we do have 8 mana to work with. If we go Linvala, excuse me. If we go Linvala, that's going to shut down of creatures, not really any sort of activated abilities. So we can go for Core Skyfisher, bounce it back. I think that might be good. And then we can bounce back White Mane Lion. Yeah, let's do this first. Let's go and swing in with the Zombie Warriors. And God Eternal Oketra is not indestructible, so we're just going to swing in. Let's swing in Narset. That way we just want to keep Narset off the battlefield. And the good thing about these tokens, they have vigilance. So that's kind of one of those things I tend to forget, that creatures have vigilance. So it's kind of like, it's just like free real estate with these zombies tokens. Enter the battlefield and, you know, leave them on the back end. So we're going to take care of Narset. And I think, oh, look at Dust Elemental. That's going to be such a good interaction. I think at this point, yeah, we want to go for some nice interactions. So let's do this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. We go White Mane Lion. Actually, let's do it like this. So we go White Mane Lion while they're tapped out, because I'd hate to run into a counter spell. So we're going to White Mane Lion. We're going to have this enter the battlefield. That's going to give us an extra zombie token. And we can have that enter the battlefield. We're going to bounce Thraben back. And that's going to allow us to recast it and get an extra clue token. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. So we got enough value assembled to where we're going to be able to close this one out from our opponent. We were able to take care of Narset, but apparently they just could not get the lands going. And once you just get all these extra tokens going. Now, the cool thing about White Mane Lion is that enters the battlefield, return a creature you control to its owner's hand. So basically, turn after turn, if they don't have an answer for White Mane Lion, we could just dump out 8 mana every single turn. And that's going to be 8 extra tokens to close it out. So anyways, that's kind of why our opponent might have scooped up 2. Is if they didn't have an answer for White Mane Lion or a board wipe, there's just nothing they can do to stop the God Eternal zombies from swinging across. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye. Welcome to God Eternal Oketra, the god of all kitty cat zombies. As far as our opening hand goes, man, if we have one more land, I would keep on this one, but does not look that good. So let's go and mulligan. And yeah, we could make that a little clunky, but we've got Springjack Shepherd, and I like goats, so that is a keepable hand. Do we want a possible? Yeah, let's go and put that on the bottom for right now. See if we can't grab ourselves some sort of mana rock. But yes, welcome to God Eternal Oketra. Hope you're excited to get some nice little kitty cat zombies with their kitty cat paws. I don't know, it's just dumb. We go Sky Ruin, enters the battlefield tap. Yeah, I think that's good. Have that enter the battlefield tap, then we're going to go and pass the turn over to our opponent. We're playing God Eternal Oketra. Double Strike. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance, which technically they're not cats, but we can pretend that they're cats. If you're keeping score at home, I would pretend that they're cats, so that's what you would classify them as. We go Plains. And that's actually gonna be really nice. Yeah, let's just go Soul Ring. And then next turn we're looking at God Eternal Oketra. I think that sounds pretty nifty. And then let's go and pass turn to. Oh, we've got some nice value in the hand. I'll explain it in a second. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token, cat zombie. And then whenever God Eternal dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you may put it into its owner's library third from the top. So let's go Mountain. Excuse me, let's go Plains. Let's go down playing a lot of Krinko, so that's why I'm thinking Mountain. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and we'll get down God Eternal Oketra, and this is pretty much what we need to happen. So we go God Eternal Oketra, and we'll pass the turn. Play against Trostani. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Then, whenever Trostani enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Then, at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures that they own. So we did cover both commanders. Let's give a quick shout out to MTGOTraders.com. Let's save you to build your very own kitty cat zombie army. Be sure to check out MTGO Traders. They have got you covered. And shout out to inkgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order and help the channel out at the same time. And last but not least, I've started a Patreon. So if you'd like to get your name at the beginning or the ending of the credits, it is down in the description below. Now it is officially free time. Let's have some fun. All right, so we go Flagstones, and I'll explain City of Brass here in just a second. I did not realize that was in here. I think at this point, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Springjack Shepherd. Yeah, I think we want to do it like, yeah, let's do this. Let's go for a little bit of a slower start because I would really want to. Mono White does not have good card draw. So we're going to go Bygone Bishop. We're going to have that enter the battlefield. We're going to get that clue token. And then we're going to go Springjack Shepherd and Emancipation Angel next turn. So let's look at that Warrior token, Kitty Cat token. Let's go and swing in with a 3/6. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. If they want to trade with Sad Robot, they can. At least we'll just go ahead and get it out of the way. But yeah, so the line of play that I was, oh, let me cover City of Brass first. So sometimes, I've gotten to the point to where I've got like 100 commander decks built that I've recorded with. And so as time goes on, there's certain decks that, when I want to build Oketra, I already have a deck or two that I've already built that kind of suits that needs. And what I do is I usually just kind of use the mana base from that deck. And so I really like the Darien build. And so King of Pain. And so I made a new copy of Darien. I cut all the cards that I didn't want to have in there, and I added all the cards in here, because the core of a mono white deck is really not going to change from commander to commander. You just need your core 20 to 30 support cards to support God Eternal Oketra. So, anyway, City of Brass is a holdover from the mana-based copy that I made of Darien. So, if you're wondering why it's in here, it's not supposed to be in here, and I will be taking it out later. It is not what we need. Don't need it at all. So we go Plains, and I think at this point we've got some good devotion going. So how do we do this? There's a certain way we want to sequence this. We go Springjack Shepherd. It's just going to be 3 devotion. Then we can recast it. Yeah, I like that. And I love goats. Goats are awesome. If you ever played Dwarf Fortress, I always bring goats with me. I like to build a goat farm. And in fact, that reminds me, I need to build I need to redo that Dwarf Fortress Let's Play series. I had a lot of fun doing that. All right, so we're going to go Springjack Shepherd. That's going to give us a lot of goats. I think at this point, I don't know if we have a way to kind of really amplify these goat tokens, but hey, I'll take it. It's a good thing. Enter the battlefield. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at those goats. We're going to go Emancipation Angel and just look at this value on the board right now. Just being able to get an extra, when you have this style effect, especially in Commander, just doing what you would normally be doing with the deck, but getting an extra token that tags along, that is just such a good feeling. So we're going to get an extra 4/4 zombie, and man, this deck's a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to have Emancipation Angel enter the battlefield. Let's bounce Springjack Shepherd back to the hand, and that way we can recast it. And let's go and swing in with God Eternal Oketra. It's going to be double strike 3/6. And there's nothing with the reach over there, so we can swing in and then swing in with a zombie warrior token. So there we go. Got a nice little amount of damage coming across on our opponent. And we'll see what else they get down. It looks like we're just looking at a normal Trostani. Well, I say normal. All we've seen is Sad Robot and just Trostani. So we'll see what else ends up happening. So probably not going to see, we might not see any blocks from our opponent. There we go. That's going to be 3 from Oketra, another 3 on the back end. That's going to put them down to 18. And then anything else, we're going to pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, that's the same reason why Sai is so good, building a side deck. You just get a lot of Thopters on the battlefield, and You get a lot of extra stuff for what you normally would be doing. But I will say this, Bygone Bishop is a automatic include in any sort of God Eternal Catcher deck that you're going to be building. The fact that Mono White has such a hard time with card draw, you can go Mana Tithe, you can go other things like that. But with Bygone Bishop, you want to be casting as many creatures as possible. You don't want to have a lot of 5, 6, 7 drops in here. So with God Eternal Oketra, simply running 1, 2, 3 drop creatures, stuff like Emancipation Angel to kind of keep that flow going. Being able to cash in that card draw is exactly what you want to be doing. All right, now our opponent did end up getting their commander down. They went for Feldwar Guardian to bounce their commander, and since they technically didn't click on their commander to have it go to the exile zone and then come back onto the battlefield, they basically just exiled Trostani, so they're going to scoop up on this one. But I'm going to go and post this video up, not because our opponent misplayed, but I just want to be able to show off the interaction between getting down God Eternal Oketra. You can use Emancipation Angel to bounce Springjack Shepherd. You can just see how quickly a board you can develop. Now, it did help that we had Soul Ring on the battlefield. I will say that. But, once you get those tokens flowing, you got zombie warrior tokens and goats on the same battlefield. That is some good magic right there. So anyways, I'll see you in the next game. Bye.